Ready to take video live. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 in the counter.
The decline of the American newspaper has meant the departure of some of our best journalists, but many universities across the United States are finding new ways to keep young journalists employed, and more importantly to preserve the sort of journalism that keeps our democracy afloat. The University of Cal Berkeley in Northern California, which is known as one of the top journalism schools in the country, helps develop a new generation of investigative reporters in an era of cutbacks. By focusing their attention in the new technology of the media by launching 3 hyperlocal websites. Patricia Espinoza has more on the story.
Came up with these 3 hyperlocal websites to do community journalism, and so, excuse me, and so they take students from the Graduate School of Journalism, and we go out and report the impact that it's had in the community. You know, it started out, nobody knew who they were. It started out as, a regular website, and it's just grown. What sets it apart from, just a regular blog is that it's a real news organization and acts as a platform for all sorts of different types of media.
Mission Local was created in 2008 by UC Berkeley students themselves wanting to cover local, city, and state issues from the ground up. That ground being the Mission District. Lydia Chavez, a current professor and chief editor of Mission Local, stated how Mission Local has impacted the UC Berkeley community.
When Mission Local was created, we decided to cross a new platform at the school to teach students to produce stories in print, video, and multimedia. The hyperlocal sites have made us producers of content, so it's raised the level of what we expect from professors and students.
Using the latest technology, Lydia emphasized how Mission Local keeps up with the advances of the media.
We try everything, but we really try and keep in mind, does this work for the reader, the viewer? We have to be aware that there are a lot of choices out there, but we strive to make our content original and meaningful.
While journalism and media might revolve around video, podcasts, blogging, and Twitter, industry insiders and professors stress the importance of solid reporting, as said by Marlene Parker, the Western Regional Advisor for PatchU.
Require our local editors to have office hours for this reason, to open up dialogue and to make sure that you systematically move through a community as opposed to what I think happens 99% of the time for almost all reporters in America is you end up with a very narrow spectrum of sourcing.
You never report on the same thing, and I don't know, you got to be in the city, it's still a part of the city even though we're covering a neighborhood. There were opportunities to take citywide issues and really narrow them down to see how it affects the Mission District.
Insiders make it clear that just because print is disappearing doesn't mean that reporting the news will disappear. News is moving online. Mission Local is one example that has made the transition online. Patricia Espinoza explained the how and the why.
It's because it's a part of UC Berkeley. That's what journalism is all about, is just telling stories in different ways and new and creative.
From the minute that you get here is, if there's something that you like to do all the time, you need to make time to do it. And I think the journalism school probably pushes you harder than normal newsrooms would. But that's good.